Okay, dear students, today we'll start a new topic, atomic mass. So today we got to understand what is atomic mass in reality. So first of all, we understand to understand atomic mass, we should analyze the water. Experimentally, we will analyze the water. When you analyze the water, you know the molecular formula of water is H2O. So if you analyze, you will find that water contains 88.89% of oxygen and 11.19% of hydrogen by mass. By mass, we are analyzing the water. So water contains this much of oxygen and this much of hydrogen by mass. In terms of mass, we are calculating. So in terms of mass, when we find out the ratio between hydrogen and oxygen, we get 11.19 is to 88.89. So if you make it in round figure, it will be 1 is to 8. So by mass, what is the ratio between hydrogen and oxygen? It is 1 is to 8. And then observe the molecular formula of hydrogen. What does it give? Even if you analyze in terms of the number of atoms, not only look at the molecular formula, but we have got the sophisticated instrument with which we can count the number in one molecule of the water. So if you count the, then you will find that the ratio of the number of the hydrogen to oxygen, it is found to be 2 is to 1. 2 is to 1. So number of hydrogen 2. If 2, then there will be 1 oxygen. For every 2 hydrogen, there is only 1 oxygen atom. So there is an equilibrium between hydrogen and oxygen here. 2 hydrogen and oxygen. There is an equilibrium between 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen. So if I take the mass of the 2 hydrogen, if we take the mass of the 2 hydrogen, then it will be 1 into 2, 2. So if you multiply this side 2, then it will be 16. So only 1 oxygen atom here. Only 1 oxygen atom here. That means what is the atomic mass of oxygen? It is 16. It is 16. So that means it is 16. And what is the atomic mass of hydrogen? 1. So in this way, we can say that when you combine these two ratio, what you are getting the ratio 2 is to 16 due to 2 hydrogen atom, and it is 16 which is available with only 1 atom. That's why 16 would be the mass of 1 atom. Mass of 1 atom. Now, on these two bases, what we are observing? Mass of the hydrogen 1. I am not talking about the absolute mass. I am talking about the relative mass. It is 1. So, and relative mass of the atom, oxygen atom is 16 here. So that means one atom of oxygen is 16 times heavier. One atom of oxygen is 16 times heavier than the one atom of hydrogen. So on this basis we can define the relative atomic mass. We use during the calculation, we are not using the absolute atomic mass of any element. We are always using relative atomic mass. We are always using relative atomic mass. So what is the relative atomic mass of oxygen here in comparison to the hydrogen? It is 1. It is, it is 16. The atomic mass of oxygen is 16. So oxygen is 16 times heavier than the one atom of hydrogen. This is the definition of the relative atomic mass. So relative mass of an atom of oxygen is 16 units. So here relative mass of an atom of oxygen is how much? It is 16 units. When it will be 16 units, if we take the mass of an atom of hydrogen as 1 unit, if you take the mass of hydrogen as 1 unit, then the mass of the oxygen atom would be 16 units. If you take the mass of one hydrogen atom as a 1 unit, then the mass of the one oxygen atom would be 16 units. So in this way, what is happening here? Oxygen is found to be 16 times heavier. One atom of oxygen is found to be 16 times heavier than the one atom of hydrogen. So on this basis of these observation, the very first element, the very first reference element was taken, that is one hydrogen atom. In the junior classes you might have been taught that the hydrogen is the lightest particle in the universe. Lightest, it has got lightest atom in this universe, and that is why arbitrary mass has been assigned as 1 unit. What is? Because the smallest number, practically a smallest number is 1. Cannot be less than 1. Human being, I could be 1. If you cut me, I will die, I will be 0. So I will be 1 only, minimum. So human beings can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all the living things are 1, 2, 3. If you cut, make into pieces, there will be no existence. So that means the minimum possible number, that is 1. Practically possible number is 1. Imaginary are so many things, there is a minus, so many minus 1, minus 2, minus, all are imaginary numbers. Now, but for all the practical purpose, the minimum number, the least possible number, which is 1. That's why in old days, it was a practice, because those days there were no sophisticated instruments were there to confirm all these things. So hydrogen was considered to be the lightest, and the lightest particle have been assigned a mass as 1 unit. I'm not talking about 1 gram, it is 1 unit. So that is why the first reference element which came into the existence, that is the one hydrogen atom. So with reference to one hydrogen atom, it was the atomic mass, relative atomic mass was corrected. Now we know that absolute mass of one hydrogen atom is how much? 1.67 into 10 to the minus 24 gram. Very, very small mass. Very difficult to measure. Very difficult to measure these mass by the normal weighing machine. It has to be measured with a sophisticated weighing machine, and with the help of a spectrometer. So what is the absolute mass? That means exact mass, real mass of hydrogen atom. One hydrogen atom, how much? Is 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. It is not 1. It cannot be 1. It is much, much less than 1. Negligible mass. It is a negligible mass in terms of gram. So it is considered as 1 unit. This one is considered as 1 unit. Now so that is why we say 1 unit or 1 atomic mass unit equal to this much gram in terms of hydrogen. So now we can define relative atomic mass. The relative atomic mass of the element tells us, what it tells us? How many times an atom of that element is heavier than one atom of hydrogen. One atom of hydrogen के comparison में किसी भी एलिमेंट का एक एटम कितना गुना उससे भारी है, यही उसका रिलेटिव एटॉमिक मास कहलाता है. उसी को हम लोग एटॉमिक मास भी बोलते हैं. So whenever we say atomic mass, we always say relative atomic mass. We never say absolute atomic mass. You know that absolute mass is how much? This is the relative atomic mass, and this number is very difficult to handle. It is in decimal. Apart from this, it is 10 to the minus 24. You understand what do you mean by 10 to the power minus 24? It is very, very difficult number to handle. So that is why we don't use this absolute number. We always use relative number. We always use relative atomic mass. We always use relative atomic mass, which has to be calculated in comparison to one atom of hydrogen. So what would be the formula of atomic mass or relative atomic mass? So absolute mass of an atom of an element divided by absolute mass of one atom. So now, what is the atomic mass of? Generally we say atomic mass of oxygen 16, atomic mass of carbon is 12. What do you mean by this 16 and 12? What do you mean by this 12? That the one one atom of carbon is found to be 12 times heavier than the one atom of hydrogen. That is why the relative atomic mass of carbon is 12. Same is the case. If you put the absolute mass of oxygen atom here and put the absolute mass of one hydrogen atom, this one. Now here you can see this is the absolute mass of one oxygen atom. This is the absolute mass of one oxygen atom. Put this value here and put this value here. What you will get result? That would be 16. That means oxygen, one atom of oxygen is 16 times heavier. 16 times heavier than the hydrogen atom. Once again, I am repeating. This is the absolute mass of oxygen atom. How much it is? 2.656 into 10 minus 23 gram. Put it here. And then put the absolute mass of one hydrogen atom, 1.67 into 10 minus 24. When you calculate this one, how much you will get? 16. How much? You will get 16. So, in this way, what we can say? That oxygen is 16 times heavier than the one atom of hydrogen. So, relative atomic mass of oxygen is 16. Now, we have confirmed. Now, if you want to find out that what is the relative atomic mass of carbon. So, your absolute mass of carbon is how much, you know that? 1.99. Absolute mass of carbon is 1.99 into 10 to the power minus 24, minus 23 gram. This is the absolute mass of carbon. This is the absolute mass of carbon. So, here we put this one 1.99 into 10 power minus 23 gram, and absolute mass of one hydrogen, how much it is there? 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. When you calculate it, you will get 11.9. That means 12. So, carbon is found to be 12 times heavier. So, carbon is found to be 12 times heavier than the one atom of hydrogen. What it is? It is a absolute mass of carbon 1.99. Absolute mass of one carbon atom. Absolute mass of one carbon atom. That is 1.99 into 10 power minus 23 gram. Mass of only one atom I am talking. That is 1.99 into 10 power minus 23. And it is the mass of one atom of hydrogen. Calculate this one. How much will you be getting? 11.9. And how much it is? 12. How much it you are getting? 11.9, that is 12. So that means carbon is, one atom of carbon is 12 times heavier than the one atom of hydrogen. That's why the atomic mass of, or relative atomic mass of carbon found to be 12. It is not I am talking 12 gram. I am telling you 12 unit. I am not talking 16 gram. I am saying 16 unit, 16 atomic mass unit. So what is one atomic mass unit? The mass of one atom of hydrogen. Mass of one atom of hydrogen is considered to be one atomic mass unit or 1 unit. And nowadays it is written as unified mass, capital U. So this is 1 AMU. This one is 1 AMU. When you take the reference element, 1.67 into 10 minus 24 gram. Clear? So now we will take the second reference element. We can take the second reference element. Which one is considered as the second reference element? Initially, with hydrogen, everything was considered, it was considered to be one. That those days, this mass was not known, only simply considered that hydrogen has got 1 unit of mass. And that is why compare it with anything, how many times it is heavier, that would be their relative atomic mass. When we get a sophisticated instrument, then we know that this is the absolute mass. So those days when this definition was given, those days it was not known. But nowadays it is known. That's why I am explaining to you that. Okay. Now after the hydrogen, because it has become very difficult to handle hydrogen gas, it is dangerous. It is not everywhere available, not easy to handle it. So that is why scientists consider that we should take more and more easiest way to calculate. So later on we have taken the oxygen. Later on, apart from this, when we calculate the relative atomic mass with this formula by putting this number here, by putting this value here, so generally what we get atomic mass in a decimal, in a point. So we have to approximate. We have to make it a round figure. So it is not nearly at the round figure. So scientists sometimes can get confused or the atomic mass. So he thought that those scientists thought that we should have another reference element so that we can have a better round figure in numbers. So that is when instead of hydrogen, when he took oxygen as a reference element, so he got a more more near to the results of the round figure. Round figure means like 15.99. So round is what? 16. 14.99. It is 15. 14.1. It is 14. So when they calculated with the help of oxygen, they got it become very easy to make it the round because they come at around that. So that is why they taken the second reference element, that is oxygen. So in this case what he did, in case of hydrogen, he had compared with one absolute mass of one hydrogen atom. But when we took this one, then we are not going to consider it as a one atom. We have to consider it as 1/16, so that there should not be change in any relative atomic mass, as it has been calculated with the help of hydrogen atom. We should get the same result as the result was given by this hydrogen atom. For that purpose, scientist did what he did. He had not compared all the elements with one oxygen atom. Instead, they have considered 1/16th mass of one oxygen atom. Now you can see absolute mass of one oxygen atom is how much? 2.656 into 10 to the power minus 23 gram. One atom, mass of one oxygen atom. So 1/16th means 16 se divide karo. So 1/16th mass of one oxygen atom, how much? 1/16 into this much. When you calculate it, how much you are getting? 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. So you can see 1.66, here we get 1.67, so approximately same mass we are getting. Here we said it as a AMU, 1 unit. So it is 1.67 into 10 minus 24. Here we are getting 1.66 into 10 power minus 24. So approximately same. Here it is 0.67. Here it is 0.66. So due to the arrival of 1.66, it gives you the more near value, more correct value than this one. So that is why and both are approximately equal. That's why it was considered as 1 AMU. And then the relative atomic mass definition changed. Then what he said, the relative atomic mass of the element tells us that how many times an atom of the element is heavier than 1/16th of oxygen atom. 1/16th. 1/16th, how we write? 1/16 of one oxygen atom. So now it is compared with oxygen atom. So I have considered the first one. We must erase it. Now the definition got changed. Now the relative mass. So absolute mass of 1/16 absolute mass of one oxygen atom and absolute mass of 1. Now it is got 16. Now the formula got changed. Formula got changed. 1/16. So now we are comparing with 1/16th of one oxygen atom. Now we are comparing the relative. How to find out the relative atomic mass? Now we are comparing the absolute mass of an atom of that particular element with the 1/16th absolute mass of one oxygen atom, and we are getting the same result approximately. There might be difference in points. Same result we are getting as it is with the hydrogen atom. So this is the result with the second reference element. Okay. Now I will take the third reference element. Oh, third reference element. Third reference element. So here we will take the 1/12. 1/12. 1/12 of one carbon atom. One carbon atom. Now the absolute mass of one carbon atom. How much it is? Just we have seen here 1.99 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. We have seen it. So now we'll take the 1/12 mass of one carbon atom. So how much we will get here? We'll change all the value. All the value will change it. 1.99 minus 23 gram. So it would be minus 23, it would be 1.99. And when you calculate it, you will get around 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram only. Again we see 1 AMU. So again the definition will get changed. The relative atomic mass of the element tells us that how many times an element of the element is heavier than the 1/12. 1/12 of one carbon atom. One carbon atom. So 1/12 one carbon atom. So now we have got the three reference elements. First reference element, that is hydrogen. Then the second reference element we have got the oxygen. First hydrogen, second oxygen. Now third is the carbon. And now we are following this third reference element only. Now hence further in your books, wherever you are studying further in your life, you will be finding out the relative atomic mass. Relative atomic mass with the help of carbon only. And one more thing you understand, when we talk about oxygen, we talk about oxygen 16. You know that you have studied the oxygen is available, oxygen 16, oxygen 17, oxygen 18. Isotopes of oxygen is there. So when we talk about here oxygen, then we are talking about the oxygen 16, not the oxygen 17 and 18. Okay? When the definition we are defining with the help of reference element as oxygen, at that time we are considering oxygen 16. So sometime in your books or somewhere else, you will be, instead of oxygen they might have written oxygen 16 like this, oxygen 16, and you will see carbon 12 as a C12 you written. I have written only carbon atom, but you remember in your mind, keep it in your mind, when I am talking about the carbon atom, I am talking about the carbon 12. Why we are talking about carbon 12? We have got three types of carbon atom, carbon 12, carbon 13 and carbon 14. Out of that, carbon 12 is more than 99% in the universe. That's why we always talk about carbon 12. Carbon 13 and 14 is in negligible amount. Same is the case of, in case of oxygen 17 and 18 is in negligible amount, more than 99% what it is, oxygen 16. That's why we talk about oxygen 16. When we define, we talk about oxygen 16, and when we take the reference element as carbon, we talk about the carbon 12, not the carbon 13 and 14. So I expect that you might have understood the atomic mass. So when we say atomic mass, it is not a real atomic mass. That is why we cannot express it as a gram or kilogram. 16 gram of oxygen is a big, huge value. And what is atomic mass? Atomic mass is the mass of one atom. What is atomic mass? Atomic mass is the mass of one atom. Mass of one atom. What is? This is the atomic mass. Mass of one atom. Mass of one oxygen atom cannot be 16. Mass of one atom of carbon cannot be 12. It is possible that one carbon atom weighs 12 gram and one oxygen atom will be the 12 gram. It is not possible. So that cannot be atomic mass. So what is this 16 for oxygen? It is the relative atomic mass. Relative atomic mass, it is 16 units. It is 16 atomic mass unit. And what is 12 in terms of carbon? It is not an atomic mass, but it is a relative atomic mass. Relative atomic mass, it is not a 12 gram or 12 kg, it is just 12 atomic mass unit. That means 12 unit. How many times it is heavier than the hydrogen, or the 1/16 part of oxygen, or the 1/12 part of the carbon. So whenever you have to find out the relative atomic mass, so whenever you talk atomic mass, simply you are talking about relative atomic mass, because we are using relative atomic mass everywhere. So we are relative atomic mass, not the atomic mass. So simply, whenever you say atomic mass, that means you are saying relative atomic mass only. You are not saying atomic mass. So relative atomic mass can be found out by these three comparisons. As you wish, you can write all these three. Third one is the most appropriate, because at the moment we are using the third reference element only. First and second nowadays we are not using. So in this way, we have explained you the atomic mass. What is atomic mass? I think you have considered this. Now one question is there. During the calculation, we always use atomic mass of the carbon 12, atomic mass of the oxygen 16. So what are these 16 and 12? These are relative atomic mass, and it is easy to have calculation with the huge number. This is the big number, 16 and 12, very big number. It is not a minute number, it is not a less number, it is not a decimal number, it is not a imaginary number. So we can handle it, we can calculation, we could calculate everything very easily. But if you use the absolute mass of carbon, absolute mass of hydrogen, if you use the absolute mass of hydrogen, carbon, or any other element, it would be difficult to carry out the calculation. It takes so much time that in one calculation you will languish in that and your time will be wasted. And the result you will be getting, whether you use the relative atomic mass or use the absolute atomic mass, you will get the same result. That is why, for the sake of convenience, since we are getting the same result, even if you use the absolute mass during calculation, you will get the same result. If you use the relative atomic mass, even then you get the same result. So that is why, and with the relative atomic mass, it become very easy to have a calculation. That's why during the calculation, we always use relative atomic mass, not the absolute atomic mass. Now, when you know the relative atomic mass, and then you have been asked to find out what is the absolute mass of that particular atom, nothing is there. Multiply the mass of one atom. If you have been with the hydrogen, then the mass of one hydrogen should be multiplied the relative atomic mass, you will get the absolute atomic mass. If you have been asked to compare the carbon, then this number 1.66 into 10 power minus 24 gram. This is the one atomic mass unit. This is called one atomic mass unit. This is called one atomic mass unit. So this one atomic mass unit 1.66 into 10 power minus 24 should be multiplied with the relative atomic number to get the absolute atomic mass of that particular element. So when you find out the absolute mass of all the atoms and carry out the calculation, so in every absolute atomic mass there will be this factor. So this factor during the calculation get vanished during the calculation due to division case, and that is why it will not make any difference. So that is why we get same result without this factor also. That is why we always use relative atomic mass instead of actual atomic mass, that is mass of one atom. Okay students, I'll meet you again.